now 8 hours later. I got my hair cut. It looks much just now. I cut myself. I cut. Clarify, I did not self-harm. I haven't in a year-ish. We're actually doing pretty well for that. But anyways, unintentional self-harm reference aside, my nose is bleeding because I accidentally cut myself while shaving on my nose. Went too high. Anyways, chapter 4 trial, part 2. Yeah, we want to do other stuff. 100%. Does that have milk in it? Oh, that's not my milk cup. Never mind. Thank you. Alright, let us go. Uninterrupted now. You're good. Refer to the trial.
Hello. I hope your day is well.
What? Well, technically there was already a 5-hour interruption, so...
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Me too, Monami. Me too.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
So honestly, in the state she's in, I don't want to.
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
I do not understand that.
Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
My controller is plugged in, we're good.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I think I've skipped this every time except for the first one. So I don't remember what that said.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead. Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
It's alright.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is...
Homegirl said... I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh, well. Like... Casually gloss over the fact that the place we were in is a weapon.
The killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
Oh yeah, I forgot what we were figuring out. It's been a few hours, guys. Literally.
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
Okay, douchebag.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
At least we know Fuyuhiko isn't homophobic.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
You say such falsehoods, per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Homeboy says... No.
I see.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Oh, my best friend's playing War Thunder. Whoops. I texted my best friend to join my stream. I didn't realize there's status on Discord. It says he's playing War Thunder. My bad.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Why do you blush in this spray?
Akane! You're drooling waterfalls?
That line made me more uncomfortable than it should have. Nagito, as usual. I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
I closed the tab I had. Nakamura's cause of death, huh? Sorry, I'm pulling the tap back up. It was horribly damaged. Crap. We are too far down. It was damaged horribly. Wait, shit, what did that say? It was horribly damaged. As he was beaten senseless with a blunt object. But if he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be a kill that utilized the fort building structure. So, what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? You know what? If you choose crushed by the elevator, I won't be entirely mad. I'll be completely honest, I won't be entirely mad. Aki. I should stop saying Aki.
That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
Yes.
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Yes. Nekomaru died from fall damage.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That, I don't know yet.
That hasn't been made clear to me.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first?
You don't have to actually push someone off for them to die of falling.
It might be possible in the tower.
Thank you.
You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
You're getting farther.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
Dude, if I was Hajime, I would have pulled up with the. Now wait a second. You don't have to be pushed to die from falling. You could be. You could like be hanging and the rope breaks. That could kill you from falling.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
Thank you. Nekomaru died from falling. Where did the killer shove him from? Why did my sister scream in the family group chat? If I'm going to reach the truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. 6 images. Holy shit. Oh, hey! Sorry, my cousin's graduating right now. She doesn't live in this state, so... Yeah. I love her, though.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor...
Elevator...
You
4th
can't
floor
go
is
through
a
the
great
door on the
house.
4th floor.
The 4th floor is Strawberry House.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
I'm bleeding like crazy right now. I need to make it clear so they understand that Nekomaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me. Again.
When the elevator
Like
is on the
frickin'
1st...
normal.
You can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the and made use of the...
Hold on! As long as there's a moving object.
His voice dropped.
No, that's wrong.
His voice went from alto to low baritone. That was funny.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
Indeedy.
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from, yes?
That's what I was about to explain, before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Silence, pest!
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Yes. A way to create a drop from the inside while Nekomaru was still inside it. That sentence of how I said it made no sense. A way to create the drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still in it. Shocky seems to have an idea, but what way could that be? Dun, 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 bow, bow, now, now. No, where is it? There it is. No, it's not.
If you arrange it a certain way...
Certain arrangement?
The elevator.
So you're telling us all...
Oh, she's finally talking.
To think about the arrangement, right?
Do not interfere.
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Let me talk to Hammer Hush. Thinking
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
Oh my god.
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
All of you are
How
idiots.
about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Thank you.
Silence, pest!
Fuck.
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
The friendliness meet I have awoken. Nekomaru is inside the elevator. How can you create a difference in the elevator? The weed.
If you arrange it a certain way...
Don't know.
You can cause the drop...
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Bang!
I agree with that.
Thank you. Only ones with a brain in this trial. Fuyuhiko, Chiaki, Nagito.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it?
Yes.
That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
The only ones who have a brain in this trial besides Hajime. Nagito, Chiaki, Fuyuhiko. And the killer. But we're not counting them.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop.
How this person knows how to tie a noose is suspicious.
If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair. That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Stop interrupting me, you fucks.
Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode.
Jockey already has the entire freaking case figured out.
Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor.
I want to point out that Jockey has this entire trial figured out already. Like, we just figured out the door. We just figured out the wire. Her and Nagito are already done.
With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence.
Thank you, Monami.
The
Sorry, I
killer
have
took
chips.
advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy. So what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Why?
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Alright, where is it?
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wall, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
Oof. 5 cuts, oof.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended up...
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode.
Ohana?
Which
Ohana.
means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm, and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why.
No.
If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
Thank you.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that...
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off. The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I shall use my full power. Ooh! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru pulled all his power into grabbing the doorknob with both hands. But clatter, 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 clatter. Hey, not yet. Here comes the incredible strength of 1,000,000 horsepower. Go! Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, then that's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru...
You finally understand now?
Dumbass.
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia, total fucking pig.
Yeah. Internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay. What are you talking about? That is worrying.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Ew. Ew.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Thank you.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Because you like it, you weird dude.
This guy. He gets off on this.
Thank you, Fuyuhiko, for stating what I just did.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down.
And thank you, Nagito, for bringing this back on track.
That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell to the floor, was the only thing I could think of to happen was...
I see!
Wait, did that say cola came out of his eyes?
Nekomaru fell to the floor. He ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
Thank you.
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta. The alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. 'Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
Another mystery I don't understand? Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more, and I'll be able to reach the truth. When did it stop broadcasting gameplay again? When did this happen? Just now, apparently. Oh my god, that's not good. If this could go away, I'm trying to figure it out. When did it stop? When did it stop again? Oh, it hasn't been that long. Alright. cool. It started at the radio clock. I can't go on. Crap. Because the internet's not great right now. Crap. Oh no. Oh my god, dude. Are you serious? How long has it even been? It's only been 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. Crap. Can the internet come back so I can continue? Crap. I'm trying to figure out what to do, guys, because the internet's not doing great, and I want to show this. I want to show this whole trial, so I'm trying to figure out what I can do. Hug. I'm just gonna continue and hope it comes back soon. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. I'm hoping the internet quality comes back, cause this is kind of sad, man. Lots of truth bullets. I'm choosing radio clock.
We headed for Grape Tower.
Radio clock is
before
6 out of
7 a.m. I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest
left the tower at 7 a.m.
was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong! No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
Oh, that's the wrong button. I pressed square instead of X. My bad.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
I don't know why you said it like that.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
Simp.
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
This time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt any of the testimonies. I should doubt the clock. There's no mistake that something was done, but I once again pressed the wrong button. What was it? Perhaps we've overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Logic dive time. I'll read out the question like normal, but it's gonna be a little different because the internet's sucking right now and it's scary. We got 5 minutes on the clock. Jumping, turn, jump, I love the music in Logic Dive, honestly. Question 1. What did Hajime and the others misunderstand? Nope, I failed that jump. I tried to jump to another option, but I failed it. Yeah. I don't even need the guide for this section. Because I know this. Alright, the time on the clocks was the misunderstanding. I'll try to read out all the answers next time. If I can't, go back. Jumping! 1 block gaps up to 1 block gaps. It's very scary. Question 2. Which of the clocks were tampered with? Nekomaru's radio clock, the building's clocks, or both? The answer is both. Oh, wait, no it's not. Whoops. The answer is the building's clocks. My bad. I'm poo-branding. Alright, correct. We got gameplay, finally. Alright, I don't gotta narrate every question. It's very laggy though, I noticed. My quality is lowered. Oh, this is scary. Pie charts. Pie charts. Jumping. Woo! Oh, I don't know, I went back down. Alright. Which of the house had the wrong time? Grape house, strawberry house, both houses. Correct answer, both houses. Because then it would have been different times when they found the body. And it would have been extremely confusing. Alright, we got it all correct. Oh, do I have to press X?
It's all coming together.
Forgot I had to press X.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
That's right, that's the main problem. We need to clarify about how much time was off after the killer messed with clocks. That's definitely the next mystery. We're gonna reach the truth in one go. I'm not reading all the truth bullets, I'm just gonna state how many there are. There are 7. I'm going with the first one. Akane's account.
If the time in the building was all messed up,
I expected all of it.
then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
What's the radio clock?
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
There's no mistake. He clearly died.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when you fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
By how much did the killer adjust the time inside the building? How would I even figure that out?
If the time in the building, then we can only rely on the time of death was clearly 7.
The problem is, what time would in our time?
Are there any clues that can... If only I heard the sound when you fell.
I agree with that.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
That rumbling sound we heard was at 5:30 a.m. It's like the answer to how much our time was off is literally right in front of me. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. If you pick anything except 2, you need to go back to first grade.
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
That's not that much when you're in school.
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they could lure out just Nekomaru.
Lure out only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
Besides messing with the time, the killer also used a specific thing. If they were trying to lure out only Nekomaru, then that specific thing was Monokuma Tai Chi. I forgot to read the other ones. I'm sorry.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
God, it's been gone for a while. Oof. Dude, almost half of the stream, the video's been out 12 and a half minutes ago, and the stream's been going for 30 minutes. Oof.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m. And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
Jeez, how outrageous. I also didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turns out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez! That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot, or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that... That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Select someone. Scrolling over. Past Kazuichi, Sonia, Jaki, it's Nagito.
You're the only one!
The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it. To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too. I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but... It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
It's time for, Hangman's Gambit. The only people who didn't hear the rumbling noise were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common? Could this also be a sequence towards the killer? Or to the killer, is what it said? Hangman's Gambit time! 2 words. Oh! Footage came back. I don't know how to spell. X. Shoot. I'm being big brain. There we go. Oh, it went out again. Alright. Deluxe. I need the E. Or is another E? Deluxe R. Ba. Alright. O. R-O-M-S. Deluxe Rooms.
I got it!
I'm probably gonna have to redo this. So, I'll probably redo this tomorrow.
Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe rooms is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. Standard room may have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the creamy room has several airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent? Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec! Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, That fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow, I feel like I understand what Nagito means. The killer among us.
Do you want to make jokes about the game in the comments section?
The killer who murdered Nekomaru. Scrolling to the left, Hajime Hinata. Kazuichi Soda. Sonia, Nevermind. Chiaki Nanami. Nagito Komaeda.
Ibuki Ryota.
Fuyuhiko Kuzuri. Akane Awari. Gundam Tanaka.
Yoko Saranji.
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
Yep.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right?
Sorry to whoever joined.
Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it.
I'm sorry to whoever just joined. My internet's really bad right now, apparently, and I can't stream the video, so I'm gonna redo this stream tomorrow.
So why were you able to hear that alarm?
At this point, this stream is mostly just to refresh myself.
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko.
Me?
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment the alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room. Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Hey, what are you doing? This rock's as loud as the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice.
Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but... How ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I am the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence. At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito.
He actually does have
something
bad health.
definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
Ah! You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Gundam!
I'm gonna pause to see how it's doing. It just got to
In fact,
Nagito.
I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Why did he say it like that? Your assumption. Assumption. He accentuated
Since the beginning?
the AS.
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
There goes the saying assumption wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. Something like that is obviously wrong. That's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. I don't need to state the truth bullets because it's not needed here. 7 if you were wondering.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House...
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
I just used triangle ability to grab a truth bullet. The truth bullet I grabbed is secret passageway. Oh, I didn't read that. Whoops. That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what that is. It didn't show the text. Crap. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through that contradiction. The contradiction.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
No, that's wrong!
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist!
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Select someone. Again, we scroll all the way over to Nagito Kamaida.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
My bowl of chips is done, so now I can actually play the game. Nagito, why are you here? Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
I love his repetitive showdown.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
And then he ruined it.
There's no way they didn't know.
Illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
I'm trying to see if I'm still bleeding.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
How do you draw hands, bro? This hand Hajime spread is like, how do you draw that? How does one draw hands? Rebuttal showdown. There are a lot of truth
Even
bullets.
if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
His argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. His argument also is going in a box around the screen. So I'm having to use the control stick to angle it. It sucks. I need to skillfully cut back against his words so he doesn't outpace me.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Uh-oh, I ran out.
I can't back down!
Oh, button mash time. Duel of swords. Button mash. Easy button mash. Succeed.
Proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Don't bark, you cur! If you don't at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
I accidentally deleted it.
He probably means try providing the evidence that the killer went to the Octagon, right? If that's the case, I should have it too. The key which dwells in the light that will break through the darkness.
Know the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur!
Once again, I'm gonna Google cur
If you
later.
don't want to at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Oh my god, it comes up so fast.
Know the limits of your
trying
own
to break.
reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion...
Allow me to cut through those words!
Finally! Took so long. Oh, next is the rhythm game.
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the Octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end.
Yeah, I don't think I'm bleeding anymore.
Normally we'd end us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now. What do you... First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
He says shut your trap.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting it.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
Props is VA, man. Dude, mad props.
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me!
Okay, Fuyuhiko.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
No, dude. Mad props to this, man.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
I'm sorry. Just the way he said that line was hilarious.
You fools do not understand. You don't understand at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not bleeding anymore.
Ha! You make me laugh. After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all.
Oh, it came back. Probably not for long.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
English, please.
It appears I cannot finish just yet.
Once again, how do hands work?
Human destiny.
That was a very guttural scream. That was impressive.
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
That does say illusory. I thought it said illusionary. And the internet cut out again.
Are you
Great.
saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Are you serious?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
They weren't my words, but okay.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought. Truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument. It was just a mere illusion.
Illusion. Why do you say it like that?
If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
Hyoko's portrait vibing.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other...
Ugh. I had to pause and cough. That was weird.
You must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Why are you even arguing with me? I'm not the one who said it. I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I will provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. Panic talk action. It's time for a rhythm game, boys.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire!
This is pressure. Show me the
Crushed as
cadaver.
David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! I won't let
I'm
you!
on beat.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
The 4 Dark
This is the
Devas.
end.
Speaking of them, they show up. Yeah, I'm gonna unlist this
Even if
video.
you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck.
I'm gonna unlist this stream after it's over. I normally don't, but
As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
I need to unlist this video because this didn't work.
Oh?
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
When he flexed on everyone and opened the door and used his hamster to open a door.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Oh yeah, that did happen.
Hey, With your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance.
We've already done the panic talk action, dude.
Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Very colorful wording, but closing arguments starting now. Finish the thought. Killer's messing with stuff. Alarm set for 5:30. It's 2:40 right now. That goes on page 1. Time to fake out, see Nakamaru, ba-da-ba-da. Don't up, that's not right there. We got it. You tied the knot around his ankle, ba-da-ba. You gotta go even farther. We've got to found it. Doorknob came off. Stuck. The dialogue for this box is in all caps. Kiss the pillar, damn it. It's great. Who heard the rumbling noise? Alright. No. What was the fake weapon? No. Kill destroyed what? There's his weakness. Hamster press. That's the right answer. Ba-doo-ba. He saw Nakamaru at 5 a.m. Ba-da-da. He goes in the lounge. Ba-da-ba. Destroyed the button to strawberry. Ba-doo-ba. It's the last arc. Doo-doo-boo. Messed with the... Nope. There's a huge hammer. Da-da-da. Huge... large clock announcement.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
Act 1.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime.
Not only me is gonna see this, so I can just skip through this. Cool sprite of the killer. I'm the only one here. I'm gonna unlist this video once it's done. I receive the hellhound earring after this is done. Set the clock for 7:30 and it's left on the floor. I walk over to the grape house so I can run the elevator down to the floor so I can kill him, and because that's land work. Because smoking weed, smoke grass, eat bat. Leaves the fake weapon on the floor, but it's new. Babadoo baba babu babadoo babu babu. went back to the house beat, but they saw for Yukiko at Strawberry Lounge, so they look it out. And Nekomaru wakes up, so he falls to his death. Babu beep, da boo beep, there, babo, kiss a pillar, babu beep. We wake up at 5 in the morning. How do you draw hands? Hamster.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Voting time occurs. Case 4, end. This takes, oh my god, there were 18 sections? Oh my lordy. I got a B on it. Let's go. 104 monocoins. Nice.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
My question is, how does he set up 16 levers on a small stand? That's my question.
Who will be chosen? Please? Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Ha! Anyways, how do you put up 16 levers on a small stand? Is it just like 2 rows of 8? Or like, how do these do this? Do you just have like a ring around? I'm curious on how the logistics of that works. It'd be better if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. That's right. The one who the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice!
Yay! I said it all without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is... Oh hey, the footage came back already. Great. Let's do the execution and get this over with. Hold on. It's true that the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish until we hear from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either. So do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to the one who is lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well!
Here's what I would like to say, but for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That is, however, a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was trying to cling to life, there are many things he could have done, many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain! Fine then. I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secrets of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what's happened. Thank God I don't have to voice act, that hurts. Nekomaru and I do have to voice like frick. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should have expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent, and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away, or even called for help, but he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death? I can't go as high as I want to for Sonya because I just finished doing baritone bass for Gundam. Ow.
Let me tell you this.
He was serious too. He gave it his all to try to kill me.
Huh?
Thank God I don't have to voice that. If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would have never known why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekomaru really did that? Now I don't have to voice act.
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorched, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got!
Nekomaru need I. Your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean that you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked in that building, inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life, that's an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
Zoology. Cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their life engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live. If you say killing it for the sake of living is evil, then why would you call giving up on life then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight for that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy toward life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all of that just to try to justify what you did?
But...
And it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But, even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime.
you...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that, well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crimes without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka!
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all of mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10 billion years. The name of pandemonium. It is impossible. Is that it? Then, I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun got started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it.
I've prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
please wait!
This is just too much.
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act of unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death. An act as unrefined, sorry, does not befit a noble such as yourself.
Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
I forgot this is voiced.
Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I hate this execution. It's so sad. And the internet's actually working for this, so I have to watch it when I unlist it. I'm sorry, future me. I just realized that's a pineapple. I can notice random things. Pineapple, bananas. Gundam Tanaka stampeded. The man with his with the boys. They're so sad. Dude, I'm gonna cry. I think there's a watermelon too. There's apples, too. Also, I want to point out how much of a douchebag Monokuma is in this execution. Also, this man's speedrunning. Because he actually, it works for a second. And then he dies. Like, that's such a douchebag move, right, future me? But, on a real note, oh, it's his former pets, I forgot about that. And his arm, Dude, a touch that should have happened was Sonia wears his earring. That would have been a nice touch. Okay, I'm sure she has her ears pierced. She should have worn his earring for the rest of the game. Gundam! No. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
She just says it again. I'm so pissed. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other. And thanks to you, things ended up like this. You're all full of it. Every last one of you. But the biggest... It's me. I'm full of it.
The worst.
Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not...
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl us way out of hell. I presume he'll be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering?
Shh. Oh yeah, it is chattering. I thought I said chatting for a second.
The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing skill trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Oh god, that's going in bloopers.
Wait!
Once this series is done, I'm gonna make a bloopers reel of all my mess-ups, and this episode will be shown in it. It'll just be shown at the end after I explain. These next clips were in an episode that wasn't able to premiere because of bad internet.
How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Hi there!
I was gonna make him... That's going in. Monami Mickey. Seriously? How long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this gonna continue?
Now then.
Alright. Feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. That mood shift is way too fast.
It's not like that.
It's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. Just one means to live, right?
Huh.
She's certainly something else. Seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
And let's go back for now and eat. Then, after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
Then, let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end once again. We return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. At the time, we were able to forget the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Never expected to obtain so many valuable things from just a simple game of Russian roulette. I need to... Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of your true enemy. And before everyone else too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file just had Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they're too busy with other matters, or maybe they've reached their limits. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
Damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I could let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright, Monokuma has arrived. So who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Oh, it's so lonely, little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too?
What's the matter?
So, what's up? Your face looks serious. I see. So you can tell. Ah, perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well.
Well,
Is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. So you don't know, huh? Looks like the final showdown is gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? What? So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you gonna finally confess your love?
hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about that special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah, what about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
you don't even know?
There's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains some documents that were created at the Hope Speak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I read stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
This file contains information about even the traitor. Was that person also a former student at Hope Speak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? I'm not wearing my watch. I just realized this. How did I just realize this? I left it in the bathroom. What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all
Well-
riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say, I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
That's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different.
Shing!
After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting through all of this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. I'm not Sakura. Bad reference. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation. You know?
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is.
I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too.
Well,
I knew you would say that.
Besides, I just wouldn't be able to handle the sadness of when you would inevitably betray me later on.
Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepbladders such as myself and despair exist.
You're right. You're a true believer in hope, after all. I must say, belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person.
Man.
They must be extremely unlucky.
But you're also just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact you're even involved in something like this.
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on the island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from the island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
There's one more thing I want to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island?
Huh?
Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question.
If that's the case, if the person is really on this island, wouldn't that be exciting?
Ugh. Five days, 11 hours, 13 minutes, 30 seconds. Hey, we know what my day's chapter 5 is. Chapter 4, Dude Ultimate Robot's Dream of Clockwork. End. Surviving students? 7. Danganronpa. Danganronpa. We obtained his earring. For me the second time. Yes. Save non-interrupted. Chapter 3 end. Alright, well, that's it for the stream. Goodbye.